Welcome to the Palazzo della Sport here in Rome and the final of the Coca-Cola European Basketball Championships. And what a final we have for you too, between Italy, the host nation, and the conquerors of Spain in the semi-final, a close one that, and up against the reigning champions Yugoslavia, who are in absolutely sensational form in their semi-final, beating France 97-76. Alongside me, Paul Stimpson, this is a real tough one for the Italians, Paul.
Yes, definitely, but with this crowd, with 12,000 screaming fanatical Italians supporting them, and who knows what can happen. Really, the Italians, everyone said that they must reach the final, otherwise they would have failed. They've played well, they've struggled at times, they had a close game against Spain, but they're ready for Yugoslavia, and this is probably the one team that has the ability to beat and to really test the Yugoslavians tonight. So it'd be interesting. Yugoslavia must get off to a good start, but anything can happen in basketball, and it's not a foregone conclusion.
It goes to Magnifico. And the Italians will be anxious to get off to a good start here.
Yes, it's essential that they get off to a good start. Although they have the crowd, they must keep the crowd involved in this game if they're going to beat Yugoslavia. And the Yugoslavs will know through their experience that they need a good start. They'll get the ball to their main people. Lovely move there from number 10. Danilovic drives through, splits the defense, easy 2 points.
Interesting that Danilovic, starting here, didn't play a really effective part in the semi-final, and yet starts in the final.
Yes, the Yugoslavs have a tendency to do this. They mix around their starting fives. Okay, you know, Divac and Raja and KUKOC, but then they have PERASOVIC sometimes, Sretenovic sometimes, and here they have Danilovic. I mean, they really are a multi-talented team and use many, many people.
Gentili, number 5, who played such an effective part in the second half of the semi-final against Spain. They won by 3 points. Yugoslavia beating France in the semi by 21, and they come into this match, obviously, as red-hot favourites. Champions 4 times, including 89 in Zagreb. Here's Raja.
Great move from Raja, and again the pass from KUKOC. Raja goes round Magnifico and with his left hand flips it just over the defensive player. The big men are so quick and athletic, but that's better play. Good pass from Gentili to Magnifico. First points for Italy, 4-2 Yugoslavia lead.
What do you think Italy have got to do to keep this game even?
They have to play good interior defense against Divac and Raja, and then they've got to get out to the long three-point shooters like that, because KUKOC and Sretenovic and PERASOVIC will kill them from the three-point line. KUKOC has shot a tremendous percentage all tournament, and they must force them into an up-tempo game and trying to upset their rhythm, and they've got to use this 12,000 capacity crowd. That's got to be their most valuable weapon.
Gentile. Magnifico. And it goes to Osconi. Yugoslavs defending well. And of course, so many weapons to choose from on offense. Sretenovic. Here's KUKOC, who really makes it all happen. He's got so many unorthodox moves.
That was better play from the Italians, but even then you saw, okay, that's basket interference, that will count. Raja's looking surprised there, but Riva, the ball had hit the backboard, was on its downward flight, the 2 points count. But you saw from that previous camera angle how the Yugoslavs are so patient and move the ball. But that was better defense from the Italians, and there again you see they keep too far away from KUKOC. And he's made his second three-pointer of the match already. 6 points to KUKOC, and they must tighten up.
Yes, almost anywhere is a danger area when KUKOC has the ball. So, as expected, Yugoslavia have made a cracking start to this match. Rusconi going in there.
Good pass from Gentili and a foul on Divac. That's what Rusconi has to do. Take it at Divac. Try and get him in foul trouble. Try and get Raja in foul trouble so that then they can have less of an impact in the game.
Sounds easy. Danilovic making the move. And I think Gentile being called for the foul. And it is Rusconi really making his presence felt. And just a little hand and then the innocent look from Gentile. So, Danilovic to the line. 21 years old, plays for Partizan Belgrade. His third European Championships. And already at 21 he has 38 caps. Gentile. Magnifico. And he started well.
That's right, you'll see Magnifico drift more to the outside because he has Raja defending him. Raja's much bigger than him close to the basket, so he'll try and move him further away from the basket for those longer shots. And at the moment it's paying off. Here's Raja, here's Divac further out.
Oh, simple move, and Magnifico wasn't doing too much defense there.
No, and you see the versatility of Raja, how quick he is on his feet. He got the ball, he got position on Magnifico, easy pass, 2 points, and now Yugoslavia lead 15-6.
And it looks so tough on offense. Rusconi's got such a task, hasn't he?
Yes, Divac and Raja there are very tall people. Then you have KUKOC at 2 meters and 9. Then you have Danilovic and Sretenovic. They really are very talented in all departments. It's going to be very tough. And there's 2 more points to KUKOC. Drove through. Here he goes left. He goes up, is fouled by Delagnello, and still scores.
And there's a sight. Don't see too many of those. And this on the free throw for KUKOC. Gentile.
And the amazing thing, Simon, about this Yugoslavian team, as Danilovic there picks up his first foul, is that there are 3 Yugoslavs playing in the NBA. There's Petrovic with the New Jersey Nets, probably one of the most famous and well-known Yugoslav players. There's Stojan Rankovic, that plays with the Boston Celtics, 2 meters and 14 player. And then there is another 2 meters and 13 player, Milos Babic, from the Cleveland Cavaliers. So they really have great players, not even here, and they really are a force.
Gentile opening his account, and we'll be seeing an awful lot more of him. A rugged little customer with plenty of talent too. Divac, not that time, and the crowd beginning to get involved now. Sense that the Yugoslavs, they sometimes do this, get a little arrogant, lose concentration, and that's how they may pay for that. Riva.
Yes, it's important for Riva to get going, and there he is shooting over KUKOC. 4 points to Riva, and you can just see there's more urgency in the Italians. Look, they're up working on KUKOC now. They're playing tighter defense.
Simple move. Looks so simple. Raja finishes it off, but KUKOC, he's almost impossible to defend.
Yes, he's so quick for his size, and there he is pass, and Raja has a 2-handed dunk before anyone can get there.
Gentile, the lead 9. Good little move from Riva. Rusconi finishes it off.
There's Riva over Divac. It's missing, but Rusconi's there again. That's his big strength. Big rebounder, Stefano Rusconi.
KUKOC again. Unbelievable. Yellow this time. Has the foul against him.
And here's Divac inside. Here's KUKOC using that 2-meter-9 frame over the top of Delagnello. So we've seen him already score 2 3-pointers, drive to the basket, and now score close to the basket. He really is an exceptional player, and no wonder Benetton Treviso of the Italian League have paid $16 million for his services over the next 5 years.
Here he is. Yes, he's not been short of offers from the States. Would have been a very early first-round draft pick, but decided to stay in Europe. The lead 10. PITTIS. 6.5 minutes gone and already so much damage inflicted by the Yugoslavs. PITTIS. Rebound again for Yugoslavia. KUKOC. And here's the composure. Nothing on. So wait, set it up again.
Yes, that's what they're so good at. They look for the opportunities. If nothing's on, then they're patient. 4, 5, 6 passes. KUKOC always looking. That time Raja lost control of the ball. And the Italians have a chance to narrow the gap.
Gentili. Well, 3 points so often. He throws up shots, you think, what on earth is he doing? And they come down in the basket. Happened in the semi-final a couple of times. But it happened with such regularity, you've got to say, he knows what he's doing. 7 points then. Margin. KUKOC. Oh, it's just fantastic to watch.
It seems here he goes past Magnifico, over PITTIS, over Rusconi, and he looks so ungainly at times, but very, very effective.
What a start he's had. 9 points to lead again. Weaver trying all he can, but again, one of the giants, Radja, picks it up. Look at the pass again from KUKOC. Danilovic finishes off. KUKOC has had an outstanding start.
Yes, look at that, inch perfect, straight to Danilovic, scores easy too. And now Gentili's trying to get them organised. The Italians must take good shots, and then if they miss, they must get back on defence, whether they miss or score, because the Yugoslavs are really in control right now.
Oh, and Delaniello getting a little bit tasty there, but I wouldn't think we want to argue too much. Gentile as well. And Gentile quite a feisty customer. And that's a little bit unnecessary, and he's going to get a lot of that. Danilovic giving him a little bit of lip, but look at the knee go in, and a few choice words afterwards.
Yes, I think the Yugoslavs watched Gentili's play last night, and Danilovic is playing tough defence on him, but fair. He got caught for a foul there, and Gentili didn't like it and said a few things, but that's all part of the game, and if Gentili is going to start to get ruffled like that, that's not going to help his game. On these big occasions, you really need to keep a cool head.
Wonderful atmosphere here. Has been all week, but of course for this, Italy in the final. For only the 4th time in their history against the best team in Europe. Radja took his time well. Divac finishes it off.
This time Radja over Rusconi. Although he misses, Divac is there over 2 Italian players to tip the ball home. That's the power of the Yugoslavs.
And the scoreline looks pretty horrid from the Italian point of view. Magnifico has been a bit quiet of late. Comes back with 2 more. High trajectory had to be to get in the basket.
Foul was called on Dino Radja. That's his first foul, and Magnifico now has 1 extra free throw.
Great name, isn't it? Walter Magnifico. You didn't call him a name like that.
Yes, and he has had a magnificent career in Italy, both with the national team and with his Scavallini Pesaro club team. Very valuable, and the Italian fans here in T are going to need him at his very best if Italy are going to beat the current world and European champions here today.
So, still halfway in this first half. And there's a sight. KUKOC losing possession. PITTIS, very quick hands. Here's Premier, the oldest man on the side, 33 years old. And again, and we've got to be looking for that 3-pointer he went for, but they do get the foul on Sretenovic. Here's Riccardo PITTIS, 23-year-old who plays for the Philips Milan club. 29 caps. He's been a really fine performer in the semi-final and again now in the final.
Yes, he's only 23 and he's a real future star of Italian basketball. Very charismatic player, very talented.
DJORDJEVIC. Good rebound. Mosconi. And he's playing a more influential part in the game. And that's Pessina who's new on. David Pessina, the 23-year-old from Cantu. Just on, straight away. 2 points for him. Seven points in a row to Italy. And the crowd beginning to pick up on this. PERASOVIC, KUKOC. Now what can he do to stem the tide? PERASOVIC from three-point range. There it goes, just when it's needed.
These guards, Sretenovic, PERASOVIC, DJORDJEVIC, Danilovic, they play so quietly. The other big names everyone knows, but they're so effective. Give them an open shot and they will score it. You cannot cheat on them at all. And there's another mistake, ball given away by the Italians, Yugoslav ball.
Move from PERASOVIC to Divac. There's Pessina. 33 caps already, 23 years old, in the second European Championships. And he gets the foul.
See there, PERASOVIC penetrates in and Divac is moving to collect the pass. Fouled by Pessina as he goes up. So Vladi Divac, probably the best European that's currently playing in the NBA. Starting center for the world-famous Los Angeles Lakers. They just narrowly failed to win the playoffs again this year. They lost to the Chicago Bulls. But Divac comes straight from the playoff finals to the European Championships to represent his country. And he's put a very worthwhile performance.
And he must be pretty tired too, because he played 80 games in the regular season and about 20 playoff games, so must be tiredness in the legs. But yes, he's still pretty committed.
Yes, and he definitely told reporters that he definitely wanted to be here all along throughout the year, and he had an excellent playoff series against Chicago and played a lot of minutes. So you can tell he's tired, but at the same time he's playing with a lot of heart out there.
Mosconi, I think it was, got the final touch. Pessina who put in the shot, and suddenly the Italians on offense are beginning to fire.
Yes, you just get the sense that Premier there and Pessina, they're just starting to fire up the team and making things happen. Their Premier knocks the ball away from PERASOVIC. He's chasing after it. The referee has given the ball to Yugoslavia.
Here's PERASOVIC, and all this, of course, with Sretenovic sitting it out at the moment. The #1 playmaker on the side. It's got a little cold at the moment, Yugoslavs. Nothing really happening for him. As you say that, quick ball in. And in it goes. DJORDJEVIC, his first 2 points of the game.
You just cannot relax with the Yugoslavs at all. You take your eye off one of the men, they move, and the pass is made. But there's Pessina again. He's really made an impact since he's come on. Good pass from Brinamonti, penetrates, pass, Pessina open, makes the 2 points.
KUKOC to DJORDJEVIC. PERASOVIC. DJORDJEVIC draws the foul. Was that on Brinamonti? Brinamonti giving an old-fashioned stare, but he knows he was the culprit. There it is. Second foul against him. But no reward. Good move from Bruno Monti.
Lovely move. He seemed to change his shot in mid-air there, hung in the air, saw someone was coming, changed his shot, put it in. And that narrows the gap. Italy are only trailing by 9. This is a good phase for them, and you just get the impression they've knocked the Yugoslavs off their game a little bit.
It was 30-15 about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Foul against Pittis, his first. And KUKOC isn't the man you really want to foul. So here's KUKOC, the best player in Europe by some way, most valuable player in the European Cup final in Paris earlier this year. He's club side top 84, won the European Cup, his 4th European Championship. Pittis. Premier.
There he is again. 2 points for Roberto Premier. He really makes things happen when he's on the court. And of course, this very partisan crowd for him will really help him and lift him. But the Yugoslavs, just now Raj is back on in substitute Divac, who's now taking a rest. But you just get the impression that they have things in control.
KUKOC. Even for him, that was a little far-fetched, that. Bruno Monti. Out it goes to Pittis. Yes! 3 points for Pittis. And all through this tournament, he's been firing the Italian crowd up, and he's at it again.
There's Bruno Monti pass. Pittis is open, hits a 3-pointer. And look what that does to this crowd.
Here's Bruno Monti. Yes, Pittis it is. Just 4 points down.
And there's Pittis picking up the loose ball. And with 3 minutes left, this next 3 minutes are crucial. They want to keep the game very close. They do not want Yugoslavia to get back into a 10 or 12-point lead. It's important that they play very hard defense and hit their open shots.
Oh, yes. That's really tough. PERASOVIC it is with a 3-pointer. He's up to 8. And they've got this uncanny knack whenever they need a 3-pointer. Someone, whether it's PERASOVIC, Sucenovic or KUKOC, puts it in.
Foul there on Vladi Divac as Ricardo Pittis, number 11, drove to the basket. Pittis going right at Divac, and although he took the ball, I think he took some of his arm as well.
He took it off.
And that's 2 free throws now for Ricardo Pittis.
Pittis from Felix Milan. 4 steals. Good testament to his quick hands.
Yes, I've been very impressed with the play of Pittis during this championships, and he's gained invaluable experience for the future.
Yes, earlier on he looked a little indisciplined, but certainly not the case now. DJORDJEVIC. Riva being called. His second foul.
Yes, Italy need Riva to get more involved in the game. He's sat on the bench a little bit. He's just replaced Premier, and he really needs to start hitting those long-range shots of his, because at the moment no one really from the outside is scoring, and that puts added pressure on the big players of Rusconi and Pessina and people like that close to the basket. You must be able to score from a long way out as well as from close in.
DJORDJEVIC buries the free throws. Lead up to 7 as we get away towards the end of the first half. Italy back into the basket now. And they've got one from Pessina. Up to 6. 12, 14 feet, and that'll do for the last couple of minutes. Yugoslavia by 5. Good rebound, Pessina. He's had a good match so far. Bruno Monti. A little ambitious. And KUKOC and Pessina sit down on the ball.
It was good hands there from DJORDJEVIC. Stole the ball out of Bruno Monti's hands as he was driving through. And there's Pessina
and Komacek.
And Komacek to contest the jump ball.
There's the commitment. Just a couple more plays left in this first half. Italy by 5. Bruno Monti. Costa going for it. And look at that, Bruno Monti.
Yeah, great work from Bruno Monti. Raja was blocking out Costa, but no one was picking up Bruno Monti. But then they throw the ball away. That could be a costly mistake.
PERASOVIC really lucky there. But he'll take it, and they'll slowly wind this clock down. Shot in from DJORDJEVIC. And in the end, Komacek finishes off. KUKOC off court now for the first time. And now Italy looking for one shot before the half-time whistle. Who's going to take it? Oriba. And Bruno Monti bustled away by the big Yugoslavs.
With 3 seconds left, and Yugoslavia will try and get a long shot. There's DJORDJEVIC. There seems to be some confusion out there right now. Bruno Monti is annoyed that the referee didn't call any kind of foul.
But a shot to end the first half goes in by Oriba. The Italians still arguing, and they look pretty fired up, and they've done well to stay in contention. It's been a difficult time for them at one stage, trailing by 15, but they go in at half-time, trailing by 7. Yugoslavia 48, Italy 41.
It's a Dutch affair this week on ESPN Classic. Keep it orange with our total football victories. Every night this week at 2300 on ESPN Classic. February on ESPN Classic. We bring you a brand new series featuring the moments that made the Reds one of the most successful clubs in English football history.
And he scores!
In Liverpool Classics. Also in February, the doctor's in the house for his very own birthday bonanza. We give MotoGP's top consultant the special treatment and bring you the races that made him a legend.
Side by side, Valentino Rossi wins the race.
And with Vancouver on everyone's mind, we then take you snowbound with arguably some of the best Winter Olympic moments ever. Making this an unmissable month on ESPN Classic.
is Sretenovic, who's on 3 fouls, but now has an important part to play. Chief playmaker, although there are so many in this Yugoslav side who can make things happen, but Sretenovic the key man. Danilovic, who starts the second half as he did the first. Raja bursting through and getting the foul.
Yes, Raja is, for someone his size, is very mobile. Draws a foul there on Pessina first. And that's his second foul. It's interesting to see that Divac is sitting out the start of the second half, and you see there in the back of the picture, number 15, Zoran SAVIC, member of the cup-winning Pop 84 team, who's yet to play this in this final, who starts the second half. Just again shows the depth of this Yugoslav team.
It's quite amazing because he would definitely be a starter for any other team in this tournament. Poor defense. Raja very persistent, but they left him open.
Yes, he squeezed through there. Here, 2 people there stopping him shooting. He squeezed between them and just rolls the ball off the backboard. Good move from Raja, but needs to tighten up the defense from the Italians.
Foul there on PERASOVIC. As ever. Here he is again. Can he fire the Italians up again?
That was very lucky there. Gentili tried to draw a foul on his defensive player. It didn't come off, but the ball hit the backboard and rebounded to Pessina, who's having a fine game for Italy and who scored. Here's KUKOC, off balance.
Not even KUKOC can score with shots like that. Pessina has the foul against him.
That's Pessina's 3rd foul, but even though KUKOC was off balance, took a poor shot there, SAVIC was in there to rebound, and that's his whole game. He's an excellent rebounder, very aggressive physical player close to the basket.
Here he is, SAVIC, who got 27 points in that European Cup final for Pop 84. 35 caps. And obviously not too phased by the occasion, and sitting on the bench for so long, didn't get to it. Yugoslavia then by 9 in his early stages of the second half of this Coca-Cola European Championship. SAVIC. Foul against Raja.
Yeah, you saw Raja bump Pessina as he was driving to the basket. Second foul for Raja.
Pessina. But having to rush though the shots, there's nothing easy on at any stage. Look at the hands here of Sretenovic, wonderful control there. It could be an NBA guard doing that.
Referee has caught a timeout there. Seems that a couple of players have taken a knock and fallen over, and he just wanted to make sure the court was dry and everything. But here's Sretenovic. You can see the control he has, fakes the pass, looks around him, and then gets everything organized again. So it's Yugoslavia's ball to the side, and the Italians haven't made any impression at the start of this second half yet, and they really must soon start to get the scoreboard turning, and they must start to narrow the gap and again use this big crowd. And there's Raja again, sliding through, slicing through the defense, using his left hand there to score.
And a foul there on Gentile, a charging foul. Doesn't take any calls against him too well. It's his 3rd foul, he's got to be careful. As Sretenovic, who was standing his ground really.
Yes, I don't think the contact was quite as violent as Sretenovic made, but he did make contact. Sretenovic was stationary, and technically speaking, a foul against Gentile. But we see here that Italy have made 7 turnovers. They've lost the ball 7 times to Yugoslavia's 5. And as we get closer on in this game, nearer to the end, tiredness and concentration will start to take its toll. So it's important that you don't turn the ball over.
Sretenovic And the foul there against Premier, was it? Or was that? I think it was travelling. Well, can't say I agree with that, but that's what was called. I think Premier thought he'd been called for a foul. He started to complain, and it went the other way. But Yugoslavia lead by 11. PITTIS. And KUKOC goes to meet him.
There's PITTIS there. Drives around Raja. But then there's KUKOC. Help out. And blocking the shot, knocking it over the line, sideline ball to Italy. They really do play so well as a team. They play for each other. And as we said earlier, all the political problems they have back in Yugoslavia hasn't stopped them at all from fighting and playing with each other and for each other during this event.
No, they were a team before the problems came about, and they're still a team.
Absolutely.
Team with Slovenes, Croats, Serbs. Together, they've moulded the most powerful unit in Europe. 3 for KUKOC. Up to 18. He's had a fairly quiet time in the last few minutes, but all of a sudden shows he's there back on the court. And the lead up to 14. And these are critical times now for Italy's bid.
There's foul there on Dino Raja. That's his third foul, pushing Magnifico as he received the ball. And straight away signalling to the referee. Fouled. And here's Bruno Monti trying to get something going. The Italians need some points now.
Nothing going in at the moment. Premier, that was. So much in the semi-final went for him there. In positions like that. It's pretty open, but it isn't happening. Super ball in from KUKOC to Raja. And it's elementary.
Yes, there's Raja going under the basket and spinning the ball back in off the backboard. Beautiful play. And Raja and KUKOC are so smart and quick thinking around the basket.
PERASOVIC, his second foul. Takes a blow. So many in there. See where the foul came, but I'm not sure it was PERASOVIC actually who made contact.
Yes, I think maybe the first bump was PERASOVIC, but maybe there was a more serious one later. But PERASOVIC picks up his second foul. PITTIS, as you can see, is substituted. He's now sitting on the bench. And Roberto Premier has 2 free throws.
And you can see from his expression, and again there, what agonies they're going through. The match is beginning to slip away from them.
Yes, I wondered how much the very, very hard semi-final game against Spain has taken out of them. And the emotion and adrenaline can cover so much. But then when you're against such an efficient team as Yugoslavia, and they always seem to be one step quicker, maybe all the fatigue of the last week starts to take its toll.
Still a long way to go, but it's just the momentum that's gone Yugoslavia's way, and one senses it's going to continue. Here's Sretenovic, 3 more, and it's looking very one-sided. For the first time, there was a period in the first half when it looked at 30-15, they were at one stage, but then the lead 15, now the lead 19, and it's increasing all the time. Magnifico. But again, the rebound and the luck goes to Yugoslavia. Look at that from KUKOC. What an amazing move. Danilovic it is who gets the basket. But what arrogance, what skill from Tony KUKOC. Watch this. "19 points, the lead at the moment. Magnifico. Nothing really going for him. He's had a pretty subdued evening. Sretenovic. Fantozzi, new on for the Italians, number 4. Rebound Costa. Here's Fantozzi. 30 years old. Plenty of experience, but he's going to need some breathtaking skills to turn this around here. And the predominant skills have come from the Yugoslavs so far. There you see from outside, 3 from 15, slightly picking up from the Italians, but that's what they've been forced to do.
Yes, the Yugoslavians, not only the talent that we've spoken about, the other thing that holds them above everyone else in this championship has been their defense. They really do play aggressive defense. They put pressure on the people that have the basketball, but at the same time, they help each other. And of course, if you beat one of the guards or the smaller people, you're running up against Divac and KUKOC and Paspalj and Raja close to the basket. And it must be like trying to shoot through trees. Some very big people out there.
Oh yes, good pass from Pittis, and Fantozzi gets his first points of the game, a three-pointer. Good start for him. I think the feeling on the Italian bench is obviously that the top stars looked a little jaded and disappointed, so you might as well put a couple of the new boys in who are really desperate to succeed and get on out there.
Yes, at this stage, Fantozzi is there. Pittis, maybe some of the younger players and the older players, you get them out there to have a run, to experience the final, and just to see and to really say in your own way thank you for their efforts, because remember, it's not just the first 5, it's the whole team that plays, and I'm sure later on we'll be seeing the Yugoslavs have all their players playing as well.
Fantozzi goes on his own completely. Well, it's looking pretty good for him. Suddenly a little bit more urgency about the Italian play, but the crowd don't really believe in it. You can hear in the background just a few klaxons going on, but not a concerted roar. They know. PERASOVIC. Raja.
And there's that same move again from Raja. Got the ball down low, faked, and went under the basket and just flipped the ball back in. He's had a good final.
Is that man Fantozzi? There was no tip. Pittis saying that he thinks there should have been. But it didn't look like there was a touch on the ball. I think he was a little bit distracted. Sutanovic. Raja. Well, that was a little bit too easy. That's a sign of head stopping there.
Yes, nice move. You forget that Dino Raja is 2 meters and 10, 2 meters 11, and he's driving through there. Nice little shot.
There's SAVIC slapping on the wrist. So Pittis to the line. Not been as effective in the final, obviously, as he was in the semi-final when he played really well. This is his first free throw, but then again, Pittis, one of the players that you're really as good as you're allowed to be.
Yes, and I've been very impressed with Pittis. And here's Raja giving the ball, giving the ball to KUKOC. He says thank you, and just slams the ball home. Look at this. Awesome play from the Yugoslavs, and that's the power and ability of Tony KUKOC.
Messina finds Fantozzi. Fantozzi's made a good start. It's a little too late, but he'll take it.
Yes, and just saying earlier, I think Riccardo Pittis, the youngster from the Italian team under 11, has had a good championship, and he's acquitted himself well. He hustles very well, and I think he's certainly got a big future in European basketball, and this will give him great experience for the future.
Sutanovic to the line. And the Yugoslavs starting to lose their concentration now. You see Sutanovic getting a bit frustrated with himself. SAVIC bursting in at the end there, on the end of the rebound, commits his third foul. Senior to the line. But the standard throughout the championship has been very, very high. Obviously, the Greeks have been a bit disappointing. They had their own club internal problems with the national squad.
Yes, and they lost a surprise game to Czechoslovakia. They're leading the whole game. Czechoslovakia tied the game just near the end to go into overtime, and they lost by 10 points in overtime. And that's what basically stopped them reaching the semi-finals, because they then had to beat France by at least 18. They beat them by 12, which wasn't enough. That put the French through, and then the Greeks were playing for the 5th to 8th spot, which they eventually won. But for them, silver medalists in 1989 in Zagreb, winners in 1987 in Athens, obviously they'd be very disappointed.
Clock ticking away now, and shortly the celebrations for Yugoslavia. Look at that. So good.
Just to fill you on 2 awards that have been presented immediately after the game. The accredited media here, over 1,000 of them, have voted for the Coca-Cola All-Star team, which has featured Gentili from the Italian team, Nick Gallis, the high-scoring Greek player, Tony Kukoc, Vladi Divac from Yugoslavia, and the 5th player is Antonio Martin from Spain. And the Converse Most Valuable Player Award for the tournament has been voted, and the winner is number 7 for Yugoslavia, Tony Kukoc.
There's a shock. No, thoroughly deserved. And he also got the Most Valuable Player of the tournament in the European Cup final in Bercy in Paris. And you've got the feeling in this match that he turned it on when he needed to at the beginning, and now it's not needed. He's quite content to let the others ever go.
Yes, I think that's one of the hallmarks of the Yugoslav team, their unselfishness. They really do pass the ball, and you don't see one player dominating the play. You see them just passing the ball around and everyone scoring, and you see basically a very happy team.
SAVIC, quarto foul.
Fourth foul against Savic. He's picking them up with monotonous regularity. One more and he's off, of course. Fantozzi, meanwhile, will be feeling pretty pleased with himself. There's his average, you can see, 2.8. Now 9 points. And he's created a little bit more urgency in the Italian side, something that was lacking early on in the second half. Double team on PERASOVIC, no effect at all. No real effort to stop him around the baseline there. 2 more for him. Lead up to 16. Here's Radia. PERASOVIC free. Just running down the clock now. Under a minute and a half. And Radia gets 2 more. And there's some easy pickings here if you want them.
Yes, there you saw PERASOVIC dribble the ball back out, and you saw the free man, Radia, under the basket. 2 meters and 10, 2 points.
And the defense not too keen to go out and meet him when he's up there. Three more from Fantozzi. Well, he's been a revelation since he's come on, and you have to ask the question, where was he earlier on? Kukoc to Sretenovic. The match not as committed now as it was earlier on, and that's why there are some easy pickings out there, but he's certainly taken his chance well. I think Alessandro Gamba may be thinking, why on earth did I bring him on before? Going into the last half minute now, and some showboating stuff from the Yugoslavs.
But saying that, Simon, Fantozzi has played well, but Gentili and Bruno Monti have done a fine job for the Italians. And there's...
in the end, they called for a 3-second call, that is. Not allowed to spend more than 3 seconds in that key area. And they were so keen on really showing out.
Here they are, as we're saying, they're very unselfish, but that time too unselfish, and 3 seconds was called. There's Pessina with 2 more. He's had a good final.
Yes, he has, particularly in the second half. But there, surely the last points of the game from Dino Oradja, up to 23. But there goes the final buzzer. And here, the final basket of the European Championships. And what a point it is to Totenovic, Oradja. What a way to bow out. Couldn't be a better way. And there couldn't be a better team, certainly not in Europe, than Yugoslavia. A formidable performance, Paul.
Yes, very comfortable, very entertaining team, and with all the problems that they've had, they've delighted this crowd throughout the week, and the Italians have done very well, and in the end Yugoslavia were just too powerful. So the Yugoslavs retain their gold medal, and 1991 Coca-Cola European champions.
All credit to them for a quite amazing performance, so consistent. Champions now for the 5th time. And who knows, when they go to Barcelona and the Olympics, they could well upset the apple cart and become Olympic champions. Yugoslavia, the winners. And there the rundown. Italy 2nd, Spain 3rd, France 4th, Greece 5th, Czechoslovakia 6th, Poland 7th, and Bulgaria 8th. But Yugoslavia comfortably top of the pile.